We anime fans sure love conflict, right? Like, who doesn't enjoy arguing over 2D girls on Twitter? Conflict is a part of everyone's life. It's a concept all of us are familiar with. So I wanted to talk about the use of conflict in storytelling, specifically in one of my favorite manga, Kingdom. Media offers us two types of conflict. The first one being external conflict, which is the struggle against an outside element, such as an antagonist or the world. A story like Fate Zero would be the ultimate example of this. Seven masters going up against each other with the help of their respective servants. They are participating in this battle royale game in order to win the Holy Grail and make one of their wishes come true. All have their own belief, be it making the world a better place, finding your own purpose, conquering the world, or just massacring children for the fun of it. It's a clash between these over-the-top ideologies, and the show uses this as its foundation. Well, Kingdom basically does the same thing, but in a much larger scale. The second type is internal conflict, which occurs in a character's own mind. Many people see it as a must-have for a so-called complex character. Seriously though, some of you all seinen fans don't even know what complex means. The video game Omori would be a great example for this, considering that 60% of the game takes place in our protagonist's mind. Without getting into spoilers, Omori showcases how trauma can have different effects on different people. It's a story about self-forgiveness and having faith both in yourself and your friends. I'm definitely going to make a video about it someday. So, Kingdom literally being War Arc the manga. A question that frequently pops up in my mind is, how does a story that is entirely revolved around war manage to be so rich in every single aspect? I believe the answer lies in how Hara utilizes the concept of conflict. So you see, in Kingdom, we follow two characters, Shin and Eisei. With Shin, we see what warfare is actually like. It's an event full of horrors, thousands of pointless deaths and wasted lives. But at its core, war is just a conflict that is created for ending another conflict. It is a battle between two minds, a clash of ideologies, and the execution of those ideological differences is what makes every single war in Kingdom so fascinating. All the generals in Kingdom have their own opinion on war. Some see it as an opportunity to prove that they are the strongest in the world. Some use it as a way to release their rage, and some are still mysteries. But there is one thing that is certain. Not a single one of them is wrong. And that's the beauty of it. Observing two extremely different mindsets in action and reflecting about them. That's the reason why I love dynamics like Naruto and Sasuke, Light and L, Gintoki and Takasugi. These conflicts serve as a way to show us who these characters actually are. Plus, they can create new storylines that parallel our main storyline, and a certain conversation in Kingdom made me appreciate the concept of conflict more than I ever did before. Ryofui is one of the major antagonists in Kingdom. Although he's an antagonist, he's not necessarily evil. He's the chancellor of the state and he genuinely wants the best for the country and its people. Our main character, aka the king, wants to unify China and abolish warfare with using martial might. Ryofui is a man who also hates warfare. They want the same thing, but their methods separate them. Unlike Sei, Ryofui thinks war will only give birth to more war. Therefore, he comes up with the idea of ruling via money instead of blood. There won't be any pointless fighting if you use your wealth. You just need to share your wealth with other nations and they will automatically become your allies. Basically, this man's aim was to create our current capitalist world. To be honest though, when I first read this, I thought it made sense, because it's actually how the real world works. But then Sei replies with saying sugarcoating something will just postpone it. Conflict must be dealt up front. Otherwise, peace will only be temporary. So he's saying that there's no escape from warfare and you must eradicate it at all costs. And as I read these two amazing characters flexing on each other for 5 whole chapters, I was mind blown. It's so impressive how Hara can manage to fit all these little confrontations into his story. This conversation is just a fraction of what Kingdom has in total. Like I said, Kingdom has so many of these little thought-provoking conflicts in between insanely detailed and action-packed wars. Like, this man literally draws whole-ass war arcs and goes into detail about the war itself, and at the same time, he writes all these ideological battles and unique characters with some of the best art in manga I have ever seen. By the way, this is a weekly manga we're talking about. Like, that is how peak Kingdom is. It's actually insane. Please read Kingdom. If you're still watching the video and you're still not interested in Kingdom, then like get the fuck.